here we are. This is Italia. And look at this map. Unbelievable. Look at the hill. I want to run a vineyard harvester up those hills. Goodness. And that's a massive, massive grass field. Let's fly around let's fly around the map a little bit. Just check it out. If there's anything you want me to check out, anything you want me to focus on, just please, please, please just call it out in chat. Right now, we're just gonna have some fun checking out the beauty of this map. Let's turn flight mode on. Let's turn speed up. What's up, Farmer Mike? It's a little too fast. So we're just hanging out. We are checking out Italia, and I don't know, this map is kind of one of those things that like makes you lost for words, right? Because I mean, it's a farming map, sure, but I mean, look at this house. That's ridiculous. I mean, other people like focusing on the production areas and stuff like that, but like who does this? Like, look at all the jaggedy, crazy rock. It looks totally real. Like, how much time did it take him to model just that rock? Or like the windows with one shutter open and one shutter closed, and some of them are both open. Or like this little balcony hallway thing. And like the floor tiles on the, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So let's look, where are we? Let's go to our little mini map up here. Where are we? We are not at our farm. So this is not our actual farm. Yeah, so this is you no foreign maps. Yeah, this is, I actually been on mostly foreign maps. I do have a playthrough ready to go on in Pennsylvania on Middleburg, and I'm really looking forward to that. Or sorry, Middleburg, New York. Look at that. You come around here. Wow. So this map, apparently, they started building it for FS19, and they didn't finish it until just now. And even then, I don't think it's 100% done. I think there's still some stuff that they're working on. But everything here is custom. Hey, Rain. Hey, Keith. Hey, CBW. What's going on? CBW. Curtis? Is that right? Still trying to remember names. But like even stuff like this train station, like that's completely custom. There's nothing here. Like the only thing on this screen that's base game are these stupid cars. Everything else, totally custom. Like the textures on the ground, all of the textures on the ground. There's like 10 ground textures within this one view, and they're all custom. And like train cars, these are not standard train cars, these are custom. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is a train station. I guess you can go for passenger trains and or freight. Apparently there's carrots on this map. Yeah, exactly. It's unbelievable how much. So I think the thing I'm seeing, right, and oh, look at this, look at this. Oh, that's awesome. So this is a dump point, I think. That's where our triggers. Yeah, this is a dump point. Yep. For like sugar beets and potatoes and stuff like that. And then they have these augers that load it up into train cars to be sold. So this is it's a sell point, but it's like, it's not just a sell point, and it's not just like, look at the layers of the stuff. Like, it's not just a straight layer or like a perfectly shaped, like it's got texture. Oh, it's crazy. That's the most blue building I think I've seen anywhere in Farm Sim. What is this thing? This is the Deposit Grangeno. Grangeno? It's probably a grain silo. Oh, look at that. It looks so real. And not only that, it's not just like flat rock. No, there's like stuff jutting out of it. Oh, this is ridiculous. One thing that gets me, right, is all the little details. Like, do you need to have the little ladder for someone to climb up? No. Do you need to have at the top of the ladder a little platform for standing? No. Do you need to have this like little hole that is obviously a doorway to go underneath this thing? No. But do they? Oh, hell yes. Oh, so cool. I wanted to ride the train around the map actually. Oh, this is new. I've seen videos on this. So this is completely new. So this is like the logging area. And this is something you can get into. You get into this building right here, and you can use this thing right here to lift your logs off of these. You load your logs onto here, you lift them into here, and then you turn on the grinder and it gets ground into wood chips, which can then be loaded onto a train, or which can then be loaded onto a train down here to be sold. Like, what? Who even thinks of this stuff? And like, I mean, no one else is going to be up here, but I'm up here. Look at the detail in these beams. Like, just this beam network alone is, you know, is its own model, as is the moving thing on the top. Like, this isn't static. This thing moves left to right, up and down. It's like its own vehicle. It moves forward and back, I think, too. Yeah, it looks like it moves forward and back. Ugh, unbelievable. And like, yeah, I know I'm ignoring the fields, and it's a farming game and I'm ignoring the fields, but I don't care about the fields. I care about the little stuff. What's this? Oh, look at this texture. I love this texture. I've seen this texture in a couple other places. Like the stamped concrete that has like traction so that you can get up and down these things really easily. And then like this is just like a little shed for forestry equipment. And you know what? No one's mentioned this area. So this is a forestry area on the map. And obviously all the logging is attached to it. But this is part of the map. This whole area can be forested. Hold on, what's that building over there? Let's look and see how much it is. I want to see how much it is. We're up here. $582,000. 229. 140. You'd make back all of your money. You could technically start playing this map in the forestry area and just do forestry in these 3 zones. Become a multi-millionaire just by cutting down the trees that are there. And then move on to doing something else. Right? That's so cool. What is this? And like, it looks like this area is very hilly. Like, it wouldn't be easy to do forestry up here. Like, you got these big hills. You got a lot of like contours. You have like an embattlement. I can't fly there. This is off the edge of the map. You can't actually get there. But like, that's like to me, that looks like an embattlement kind of thing. Yeah, forestry can be frustrating, Mike. You're totally right. Honestly, you know, what makes forestry not frustrating? The proper controls. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. Good job, EDO. So many map makers will build all the way up to the map border and just leave it as a cliff that falls off into nothingness. He actually built the backside of the cliff down so that it sort of lines up with the dem, and it's not just a virtual cliff that you fall off of. Yes, it is still fun to do. Once you get those forestry harvesters and you get like a joystick or something like that to control them, it can be fun. It sucks doing it by hand though. I agree with you. I wanted to look at this. So this is what makes it, to me, this right here, like this one shot in this scene right here is what makes this map special. Right? Oh, perfect timing, and the train goes by. What makes it special? Yeah, exactly. You have to have the 2 thrust mouses. I have one. I have like a space mouse. You can look it up, and it works great for the forestry harvesters. But what makes this map special is you've got like farming. You've got a road network, but it's not a flat road network. It's on multiple levels. You've got multiple bridge crossings. You've got these awesome aqueduct looking road bridge things. You've got custom cliffs. You've got like, what is this, like a custom train tunnel thing that goes nowhere but visually is stunning. You've got multiple grass textures. If you notice this, you see this, I'm noticing this because I noticed this is multiple grass textures, multiple rock textures, like formed rock formations with it like coming in and out of this special thing. Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, and this is another train sell point. So he has these in a bunch of places. So the train is actually used on this map as a vehicle for moving stuff around your map. So because it's Italy and because the roads are so tight, from what I understand, again, I'm new at this, but he set it up so that you use the train to move your stuff around the map. So you can load things in here and take them to the BGA, or take them to the grain silo, or take them to wherever you need to sell stuff, and you can use the map's train to move your stuff around the map instead of having to cart things. And then look at this, even like little things like the railings that have the Italian flags, trash cans, water fountains. I've never seen those before. Yeah, so this is Mappa Italia, and actually let me put the link in chat. I have to EDO dot copy. All right, here's the link in chat. This is the map. So you cannot get this on ModHub. It is not possible. It's not going to ever be on ModHub because it's so big that it wouldn't pass Giants testing because there's so many custom textures and custom objects. The map alone is like 1.1 gigs for just the map, or 1.4 gigs. And then there's a custom texture pack, which adds on another 1.2 gigs to it. So this map that I'm running is currently well over 3 gigs of memory with all the mods and stuff that not only are required, but I installed a bunch of extra mods to play today. So yes, this is a custom map. It's just released. It's by an Italian map designer. His name is EDO, or EDOmod. And he is, I think he's an architect by trade. So the reason that this map is so focused on architecture and how things look and how things feel. No, this is a standard size map, Mike. It doesn't feel like it, but it is. If we look at the PDA, standard size map. This is not a 4X. This is a 1X map. But there's so much crammed into this map that you wouldn't believe it. And like little details like this is the stuff that gets me, right? Is like, you could just have guardrails. No, he has guardrails that have been crashed, where people have come around this corner too fast, obviously in real life, and crashed into the guardrail and bent the guardrail. Like, what? This is the starting farm. We'll come back to the starting farm because that's where we're gonna mess around and get some starting equipment going. But I want to keep going around the map. I lost my map. So where are we? So these are your farms. We started off on... Actually, I want to go over... Do I? And that's where I started. So there's another farm right here. So there's another starting farm right coming up right here. You actually spawn in at the church up there. And then this is one of your other starting farms. I don't know where I want to play this map, but today we're just going to mess around and see what's going on. But again, like, look at all the textures. Like, so one thing to keep in mind for this kind of map as you look at it. Why is the face cam showing up? Do I want that showing up? No. Face cam is off. Is remember, this guy's a designer, right? He's an architect. He doesn't, I mean, he's so much more focused on it being beautiful and doing everything custom and having custom everything. And he's less focused on gameplay. So there has been some comments and a lot of people are saying that there's little bits and pieces here that the gameplay doesn't work right. Personally, I think that's a bummer, but you have to remember on what this guy is good at and what he wants to do. He wants to make something beautiful. And I mean, look at this. Like, you have custom dirt textures, custom cement walls, custom buildings, completely custom buildings. Like, look at this building. This building's awesome. Like, ivy growing up in like a little trellis area, like a dent in the roof where this stone roof has sagged over the years. Like, this wall texture is not just one repeating texture. It's like specific to the house, right? Like, it's not like most people just make non-repeating textures. These are, I'm sorry, most people make repeating textures. These are non-repeating textures, and it just looks so stunning. Like, this is your barn for this house. Like, for this house, if this was your farm, you'd come in off the road here, you drive up this driveway, you'd have this awesome house just as your starting house. You'd have this killer area for storing stuff. Yeah, there's got a lot of poles in the way, but whatever. And then you have this area back here also for storing vehicles and like your workshop and whatnot. You have animal barn right here. Like this, look at this building. Look at this, it's ridiculous. You have this animal building, which is, I forget what kind of animals. Oh, and this is actually the back entrance to the whole farm. Like, all this building is a back entrance. Right? But what a building it is. This looks like a sell point or dump point or something like that. What is this? This is the bakery. So this is a bakery that's part of the farm. And then for the bakery, so this is, I believe, pigs, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is pigs. So this is a pig farm in the middle of the map. Is that right? It says it in the map if we zoom all the way out. So we are at D right now, which is a storage silo, sleeping place, pig food, storage silo, chicken coop, pigsty, sheep fuel, workshop. That's where it farmed D. Oh my gosh. So that's the pigs. What's in here? Cool. Look at that. This is how you feed the pigs. So the pigs get automatically fed, it looks like, through some kind of system. This is a blower. Where's the sheep? I thought they said this place had sheep. Oh, I see. So the farm is kind of split. There's that building. This is also part of the farm, I think. Silage clamp. Suppose there's sheep and chickens on this farm. I can't find them. And then it is Italy. So we got to go to the crown jewel, I think, of one of two crown jewels of this map, which is Vineyard. Like Vineyard, Vineyard, Vineyard. Look at this. So this is a winery, and these are all the fields. We got to speed this up a little bit. Let's do 3x. These are all the fields surrounding the winery. These are all regular grapes. There are white grapes also on this map. There's a downside is you have to have a special harvester for the white grapes. But all of these grapes on both sides of the hill are built into this farm. And when you come into this farm, you come in on this long, windy road. This is one of two ways into the map, into the farm. And you're right on the peak of the hill. And then you have, like, what an entrance, right? There's tire marks on the ground. I don't know if those are permanent or temporary. I didn't drive up here yet. Get a pool. Which, can I go into the pool? Yes, I can go into the pool. Oh my gosh. There's even a custom texture for the floor of the pool. It's not just a wading pool. It's funny. You have all of this. This is all for the grape productions and silos and stuff like that. This one has been shown off in a bunch of videos, and like these are like the storage tanks for the grapes and wine. You have loading augers, right? You have, these look like cow areas, I think, actually. Is that cows? This is a silage, a slurry pit. Pigs again. I think this is pigs. Oops. I don't know where I'm going. Can you tell? I'm stuck on the fence. Okay, and this is the other entrance in the place. And then there's keep falling in the pool. And then this area is, I think, the wineries around here. Yeah. So he has a custom winery. This is where you dump your grapes, kind of like at the end. You have to back your way down this little ramp here, dump your grapes right here. And then if you go in here, and this is your winery. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Like, you can see where the auger brings it in, dumps into this machine feeds this machine, which feeds these machines, which feeds these machines, which, you know, you dive further into the building, like very old Italian architecture. These are where you store all your casks of wine while they ferment. This guy's thought of everything. And I think that I'm not sure, and this is a research that I'll have to do, but I think Italy has pigs are a big thing in Italy, because this is the second pig farm that I've seen. In most maps, you only get one pig farm. Look at this silage clamp. It's an awesome silage clamp. It looks really awesome. Oh, and this is the chicken. So these are custom chicken buildings they have in multiple places on the map, right? And these chicken coops actually hold quite a few chickens. Here's a custom slurry pit. And then obviously parking for vehicles and storage and stuff like that. Where do you want to go now? I'm like a kid in a candy store. There's so much to see. There's a whole bunch of vehicles down south. Let's go see what those are. That's the store. I love the rolling hill natures and the rolling hill nature of this whole place. I love how it kind of flows and ebbs and all that kind of stuff. I just like I love the way everything is going to like, it's very contoured and easy, and it just like flows, but it's not flat. It's rolling hills and stuff. This looks like a lumber yard, right? Where you drop off your wood chips. again, attached to the train system. All this stuff is attached to the train system. And then down here, I think, is the BGA. Yep. This is the... Is this the BGA? Yes, this is the BGA. So with the BGA, you can bring your silage and whatnot here, and then it dumps from the train here and can go into the rest of the BGA stuff. Or it dumps from the train there, or no, here. Here's where it dumps in. This is where you dump your silage. And it dumps into the BGA, it comes down in here, it gets pulled up this auger, into this thing. This is the fermenter. And, or the, what's it called? The grinder. You can also dump, I don't think you can dump here. I don't think this is a dump zone. I think you actually have to get a telehandler and lift stuff in. The BGA has built-in silage clamps. These are pretty epic silage clamps, if I say so. And then you have your normal BGA stuff. They also have a built-in thing right here. I believe this is where you dump straw and straw bales and silage bales, and those can also get ground up and delivered into the system. I did hear one comment. So if you are playing on this map on first person or single player, there's no bale trigger at the BGA. So you do need to have a telehandler or something at the BGA to handle that. So park a telehandler here, leave it here. Here's a silage, silage or digestate pit. And then also over here, this is a slurry pit, which as you fill it, fills up over time. And so the level of it will rise up, which is just crazy. And there's also what I think also a CBW, yeah, there's lots of little detail, like pipes and buildings and signs and lots of like paint in the road, and I don't know, it's just like little stuff that other people don't do. Like here we have a tree with a little tree pot with a regular base game tree. Like, look at this, the road network. Like, this is the road network for pulling into the BGA. Like, this square of land is more complex than any other map out there, with all the elevation changes and weird turns and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's more detailed than anything else. Yeah, so the dealership is over here. It's in the south of the map. So if you're playing in the north of the map, you got a long drive. But to answer Farmer Mike's question again, it's not it's only a regular 2x map, so it's not that big. One downside that I would like to see the map maker fix is all of these vehicles are listed as owned vehicles. So if you look on your map, not necessarily listed as owned vehicles, you don't own them, right? So if we look at our starting equipment, we don't own those vehicles, but they're listed. If we look at our mini map, they show up on the mini map as if they're targetable, and that's just a line in the oh, well, thank you very much, Fnatic. Thanks for letting me know. Thank you for stopping in to the stream. I'm sad to hear that you're stepping away, but you know, best of luck. I know you're probably busy with real life farming, so we'll be here when you come back. So thank you very much for stopping in, and stay safe out there. And if you do end up, you know, watching my streams in replay or whatever, feel free to drop a comment or a like. I'd love to hear from you, as even though you're not active in the community. So that's the dealership, standard dealership, but it's got a big lot. And I think this forklift is available for use. But like these things, like where the road, like this bridge, which the train goes through, and then it wraps around, the train goes through this other part too, and like this very, very, what I would think is Italian architecture, but these kind of like archways and stuff like that, just holding the road up. So cool. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. What else is there? What else is there? Oh, so we're heading on the round down this road to the next farm, I think. This is farm B. This looks to be a much smaller farm. Right? You have a little covered area. Like, this building looks really cool. Covered area. You've got some silos. Some wood piles, which look very authentic. Some grapes. I think these grapes extend into the other grapes. And I believe this is just like a storage area for grape work and whatnot. One other cool feature of this map that a lot of people are looking at, and some people don't like, but I think is really freaking cool, are these solar panels here? So we have like a regular field, right? But with solar panels on top of the field. So if you buy the field, you get the field and the solar panels. And I think you get the profit from the solar panels. I'm not sure, but I mean, this is a tight squeeze. Like, you're not bringing a big harvester through here. You'd have to keep down to a regular size harvester. But, you know, this right now is a wheat field that's been harvested. But would you also get the solar energy? I don't know. I'd want to find that out. But very cool how they're incorporating both solar into a field. And if you think of the solar panels that are in game now, all the solar panels that are in game now take up field space. They don't share field space. And again, there's this sign that kind of explains what's going on with the agrivoltaic plant, as well as what the money that is coming from the map is going to be donated to. So this map has two versions. There's the normal version with low res textures, and then you can get an extra texture pack which enhances the textures for everything in the game. And they ask for a £2 or €3 donation. Look, he has his little logo on the building. Look at that. It's very cool. I think this is like a grain silo or a train silo for loading stuff onto the train. Where are we? Let's head south to F. But again, like, just all the attention to detail everywhere. Like these bridges and the way the roads kind of go up and down and over and under. Here's another really awesome farm that includes solar. I wonder if you actually get profit from that solar. But a really great storage area for everything, including root crop storage there in the corners. Got some grass to mow here. Got what looks like cows. I'm gonna guess this is cows. In this small area, cows or maybe sheep. Again, these kind of silo things. So the weird things about the silos, you dump here, it pipes into the silos there, and then you get out of it there. And that's their custom thing. And then this really pretty building here. It has multiple levels as well as a hayloft up top. Good luck getting stuff up there. That's a telehandler job if I've ever seen one. And then again, I think this is pigs again. So sheep or cows and pigs, which is this farm D. Farm D is that where we are? No, we're in farm F right now. F is pigs and sheep. So pigs and sheep at this farm. And then the other big thing, so if we look at the map real quick, everything to the right side of the train, like the everything to the right, so fields 1 through, I guess, 45 or so, or all the original version of the map. And then everything over to the left side of the map is all the addition. So a lot of people have played that part of it in FS19. And then this stuff over here is all been added for FS22. And again, like, if you like grapes and you are okay with tight farming, let's be clear about that. This is the map for you, because there's more grapes than you know what to do with. And obviously a lot of these farms, you can start off and harvest all the grapes and make a ton of money right off the bat. But so you take out a big loan, you buy all these fields, you harvest all the grapes, and you'll make enough money to hopefully pay back the first time. But the one thing that I've seen people complaining about and were upset about, I guess, is see how there's not very much distance between the end of the grapevines and these trees? That's going to make going in here and switching to the next row and whatnot with a regular grape harvester be more of a 3-point turn and less of just a regular turn. So even here, like coming off of this row and trying to go on to that row might be a little tricky. It's going to require a little bit of finagling with the harvester. But in all honesty, grape harvesting is a slow and tedious process. So you take what you can get, right? But then you have all of these grapes. Can't imagine. Let's look see how much that land is. So to buy this whole area, the whole thing, $2.4 million. And with that, you get all of these grape fields, and you get field 46, which is field 46, which is, tell me it's not potatoes. Yeah, so you get grapes and potatoes. Like two of the hardest things in this game to harvest. Grapes and potatoes. Classic. But I mean, these farms are just unbelievable. Obviously, this is focused on grape making and just being a general farm and whatnot. It's just unbelievable how the detail on all these buildings. And not only that, the detail inside. Like this kind of detail. And I think a lot of these machines are actual real machines. Like it's modeled after a real life machine. It's not something made up. You know what I mean? Like, unreal. The one thing that I would like to see as a minor update is that some of these little triggers, like that trigger, is fine because it's showing that you have to lift up to dump into this thing. But this trigger, why is it up here in the top? It should be down at human level. It shouldn't be up high. And then obviously little details like this painting, which just didn't need to be there, but it's there anyways. Right? And then here's all the grapes on the backside. And they're set up in concurrent rows, so you go from one end to the other end, but then turning around at each end, like especially here with that tree, is going to be a little tricky because it's pretty tight. But it's Italy. It's not meant to be big, wide open Midwest fields. It's meant to be tight, close quarters. And honestly, if you buy this farm, it's going to be tough to get all of those grapes harvested within the grape harvesting window, which is 2 months. So those grapes are going to need to be harvested before October. That's a tough call, right? Plus having to do potatoes. I think if I bought that farm, the first thing I would do is plow in that potato field. I don't want to have to harvest those. And some little touches like this, like actual buildings off in the distance in the dem. Obviously modeled after, I think, a real area, so if not, it looks dang realistic. I like this. I like how there's a ditch, but it does have water in it. That makes me happy. If you're gonna put a ditch in there, at least have water in it. This right here, this tree area, are these like a specific type of crop? These feel a little bit forced in their layout. Maybe that's intentional. Here is Farm G. This is one I've wanted to check out. Love these custom buildings. It looks so realistic. And yeah, other people pointed out little problems in the details, but to me, I just see something that looks real and so custom. Like, this is all part of the farm. Like, these are buildings you could use. These are haylofts you could store stuff in. It's unfortunate you can't go in some of these buildings, but barn for animals. Storage, another barn for animals. Love the details. And then stuff that would actually happen where you have conveyor belts to help load stuff. Slurry and silage and stuff like that. Like, it gets loaded from one building into the next. Right? I like how it has the feeding system, so you don't have to actually fill these troughs, but it's really obvious that the feeding system is there. This is, again, pigs. This would be a pig area. Lots of pigs in this map. Where do we go? That's G. And then we've circled around back to A. And we've circled around back to the train station. And I think there's a little farm right here that you can buy. A? Is A a farm? Grain store silo, watering tank, and sleeping place. So A... Where is A? On top of it. Oh. If you want to start really small, or you want to do forestry, this is your farm. You buy this place right here, and this is your farm. Right? This is your starting point. Real grassroots starting point. And you could do forestry right there, so that would be your starting point if you wanted to do forestry. That's kind of like the forestry farm. Let's tab into a vehicle. All right. Is that all we have? Yep, that's all we have. Nice. It's like a monster truck, old school harvester. I want to drive around these roads a little bit. Do they drive on the right side of the road or left side of the road in Italy? I actually don't know. Oh, they must be on the right side of the road. Nice shortcut into here. Wow. This is what it looks like driving around the town. I mean, you know, you can't get any cooler than some of this. This is actually our farm. We just kind of circled around. This is the backside of our farm. These are our implements and our silo and stuff like that. It's cool because right here you have directly in your farm, you can load onto, into, and on out of the train directly on the farm. That's pretty dang cool. What do we own for fields? We're up on C, and we only own field 1. Field 1 is behind us. What is on field 1? Whoa! It's got owned by the train. Gotta be careful with that train. There's no train guard crossings on this map. I love this on this farm. This little, like... Again, these little arched walkway areas between things. This farm has a lot of chickens, so you could easily start on this map and you make a ton of money from chickens. These are all chicken coops. I think this thing holds, gosh, if I remember correctly, like 300 or something like that. Where's the chicken trigger? Stop. Maybe I should stop flying. Or yeah, 600 chickens. Honestly, you want to start a new farmer, get some chickens, make some money, sell some eggs. You'll be happy. I think I have to turn off flight mode. Where's flight mode? Off. And I think right behind us is our field, and there's our harvester too. So we have a field ready to harvest that looks pretty bad. I mean, that's not ready to harvest at all. That's... You better start plowing, dude. That's not even ready to harvest at all. So the first thing I would do is get a mulcher, mulch this field, and then go from there. And get a ton of chickens. And once I can afford their food, probably have to take out a loan to get chicken feed. But honestly, actually, this is the first map I've come on where the starting farm doesn't have a crop ready to harvest your first day. Do you notice that? I've never seen that. But anyways, that's actually all I wanted to do today. I want to say thank you to you guys. I'm actually was thinking about doing a farm setup, but you know, this has always gone on for a really long time, and I really am not sure if I want to start on this farm or I want to start somewhere else. Or I want to start from scratch and pick a farm to start on. I kind of like this farm up here, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind just getting out a ton of money and starting on one of the grape farms. But I just love the layout of this farm. I really do. I don't know why. I like the huge chicken coop. I like this silly, weird building. There's my sleep trigger right there. I like some of the old equipment. There's not much on this. I'm usually a stickler for details and maps having details, I should say. And the only thing at all on this map that I would change, if I changed anything, is going to be to take some of these floating icons and move them down to ground level. That's it. Everything else, as is, have fun. go for it. I think it looks awesome. But anyways, that's going to be it for me today. I want to say thank you to everyone who came on. Thank you for coming out and enjoying the live stream. This is just a quick little map tour. We're just having fun. I've never done a map tour before, but there it is. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, I do stream on our new map. We're streaming on Comston now every Wednesday, 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific time. So come hang out. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying that map. So we're gonna have a lot of fun over there. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch everyone later. Bye.